art classes for kids. And today I'm joined with Carter. Carter is one of my amazing students who has taken art from me since he's 4, maybe 3. Yeah, 3 years old when we did Mommy and Me classes. And he's still taking art from me, and he's a really good artist, and we're gonna make something today. So I was just thinking, since one of our videos, which is an Andy Warhol inspired project video, is so popular, we're gonna do another Andy Warhol project. This one is inspired by his portraits, and this is what it's gonna look like a little bit when it's done, and it is made with modeling clay.
Modeling clay.
So it's like a clay relief that's doubled, and it's got that pop art look. So let me tell you what supplies you're gonna need today. So the first thing we're gonna need is modeling clay. Now, modeling clay is an oil-based clay, and this is a packet I got out of the craft store. It has 72 different pieces in it, but you don't need this much. But you can get a small pack or a big pack, whatever. And next we're going to need some cardboard. So you're gonna need a couple of scraps. So if you have one of those Amazon boxes laying around, grab it, cut it up, but don't cut it yet. I'll tell you what size you need to cut it to later. And you're going to need 1 piece of cardstock. It could be a color, hopefully. It could be white cardstock, but black or a dark color works best. And we need, for our little modeling clay tool, we need some toothpicks. This is very tiny, can you see it? And we need some plastic wrap, because we're gonna wrap it up in the end. The kind that you use in the kitchen, the stretchy kind. And we'll need scissors and some Scotch tape. And last but not least, we're gonna need you to take a picture with a camera and then print it out on a computer. So let's get started. And now that we have printed out the 2 pictures of Carter, we are going to stack them together evenly. Then you can go ahead and just cut them. I actually already printed these to be 4 inches by 4 inches.
4 by 4.
So they're gonna fit just right. And even if they don't fit perfect, you're gonna be covering them with clay, so you'll never know that they weren't perfect. Okay, so here's a picture for you, Carter. I'll do one of these projects, you do one, and then we'll get it done in half the time. So now the cardboard that you have some scraps. You'll need to cut 2 pieces, 4 inches by 4 inches, okay? And then you'll need to cut 1 piece, 6 inches by 10 inches. So now you're gonna take some of your Scotch tape, and you're gonna make a tape loop with it, or 2, whichever you feel safer with. But I only really need 1. And then you're going to place the photo right on the cardboard, just like this. Then you're gonna take Scotch tape, and you're gonna cover the entire thing with tape. So I'm gonna go to the top edge first, and I'm gonna roll it over. And we can just share this. So you're gonna I would tape down the sides first and then cover the whole thing in tape. So you might be wondering, why are we covering this with tape? Well, let me tell you, because we are using modeling clay. And modeling clay is an oil-based clay. It never dries, and it comes in bright colors, and it's all easy to use and all that stuff. But what it does is it sticks really good to the tape. It sticks better to the tape than it does to just plain paper. So that's why I want to put this tape on, so that the clay wants to stick really good to it. Cover it with tape. So next, what we're going to do is we are going to show you how to use the modeling clay to make a relief, or it's also called a relief sculpture, where it's textural and you're sculpting, but you don't see the back side. The art is all in the front. So you're gonna pick a color, any color. Let's start with something easy, like the background. So if you're gonna do the background, I'm gonna pick this kind of hot pink for the background. You're just gonna pinch off a little piece, and you're gonna get it warmed up in your hands, or you can roll it on the table. And what I like to do is I like to roll it like it's a worm or a snake, and then I pinch it flat.
Pinch it.
With my fingers. Or you can just stretch it out, and then I get a really thin piece. Now, when I put it on here, it's like I'm covering this background with this clay, kind of like I'm painting with clay or something, or I'm coloring in with clay. So I start with this color, and then I get another piece. If I keep using skinny pieces, I can almost outline the right side of the face, like this. And then I can see where the face is and make sure I don't cover any of it with this background color. So Warhol didn't have a lot of detail in his portraits. They were big flat colors and big flat bright colors. And when he did the multiples, sometimes he made the two exactly alike, and sometimes he made them from the same actual photo, which became a screen print before he printed it, and then he would do the second one, different color scheme of the same exact image.
Ooh.
So this is what it looks like when you get an area filled. But you can smooth it out if you want by rubbing it, or you can clean up the edges by taking that toothpick, and maybe I went over the face a little, and so I'll cut back some by just scraping it.
Nice. Cover the background.
So far I've got background on the right, background on the left, the t-shirt, but I know on the t-shirt has that collar that's about a 1-inch line before the stitching, so I'm gonna just draw that.
Make it more detailed.
Yeah, you don't have to, it's an option. Just something if you feel like it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next. So I gotta figure out skin color, and I might do it, on this one right here, I showed where it was like two-toned, kind of like the Warhol one. You can do that, or you can just make it all one color. So let's go ahead and make it all one color so they can see both versions. Okay, so far I've got a blue neck for you. Okay, so now I'm gonna go blue face on you. Well, let's do your hair. I'm gonna do your hair too. How about purple hair?
That sounds good.
That's colorful. Okay, so I'm going with some purple hair.
Looks great.
Okay, so far we've got hair, background, t-shirt, and neck. Now I'm going for the blue face. Okay, so the face is the trickier part. You're gonna have to get in and out of really small areas. So use like a worm that you flattened out, because then you can get smaller pieces. You don't want it to get too thick is the other thing, because then it's not going to be able to give you the detail that you want, that you would like. So I'm going around the face. I don't want to cover up the features.
Features?
The nostrils, the lips, the eyes. So keep those exposed. Okay, see how I'm doing that? So what you're gonna do is just keep going around, and then just don't cover your features.
Awesome.
So the reason I'm going under the eyebrow, because I want the eyebrow to be exposed so that I can see where it goes. Okay, once you get all the skin on the face covered and you've exposed all the features like the mouth, the nostrils, the eyes, and the eyebrows, then you're gonna choose some new colors. So choose the color for lips, just roll out 2 little worms and have a bottom one, press it down, and then take one to the top.
Nice.
Then come up with a color for your eyebrows. It could be a different color. I'm gonna go with orange. And then next we're gonna do the eyes.
So you
Okay, so you've got the mouth, you got the eyebrows. Now just leave the nostrils like that. You can pick a darker color for nostrils. So I'm just gonna take a little piece like this brown, and I'm just gonna cut off a few pieces and just put them in here for my nostrils. Cut that end off, put those in. Okay, and then we're gonna get to the eyes. So the eyes, pick kind of a lighter color and fill in the eyes, and remember where the iris of the eye is inside of that space. Okay, that looks great. Now I'm gonna pick a color for my eyes. I think I'll go with green. I haven't used any green. So I'm gonna take some green and I'm gonna roll the teeny tiniest balls of clay. Much smaller than the pupil. If they're bigger, I'm gonna even go smaller than this. I'm gonna go like this big, cut that in half, and then I can pick it up with my toothpick, like it's my surgical tool, and put it right there where I saw it before. This one was, the right eye, the iris is close to the right. And on the left eye, it's kind of to the right, but between the right and the center. So then I've got that, and I can even put a pupil in it by poking a hole. And then I can detail. So now my detail is that I'm going to smooth out my clay a little bit. And then I'm going to, let's see. So smooth the clay out the best you can. And then I'm going to add an eyelid fold mark, which you can do if you want, but you don't have to, right there. Okay, and if you want to, you can add a little curve in the ears, or you can do that with the color of clay. Okay, and then I think now what I need to do is put a few highlights in the hair. So I'm gonna take orange. Any color that's lighter than the hair color can be a highlight. So maybe you wanna use a little white. So just make the skinniest little worm shapes you can. And then you're gonna pick some off and then look at the, well, I remember the image was like, it had a few like highlights over it. You can put some highlights over here. You can put some anywhere towards the top. Now we're gonna wrap them.
Wrap.
Okay, so to wrap them, what you're gonna need to do is take some of this plastic wrap or stretch tight or saran wrap or glad wrap or whatever kind you wanna call it, and then you're gonna cut it either with scissors or with the cutter that comes with it, and then you're gonna cut it into a square just slightly bigger than your 4x4 inch. So take that. It's gonna wanna stick together because that's the way this plastic wrap works. And then you're gonna put it on the top and kind of lay it down so that you can see if it's big enough to go over all four corners. Yeah, okay, so once you get it, now flip it over. Flip it over and pull it really tight. And if you wanna tape it, you can. You don't have to tape it, but you can. So I flipped it and I taped it. Now I'm going to pull it really tight. And I'm going to tape all four sides. Now the trick to making it look really good is to pull it really tight. So the next step is you've got this background cardboard, but it looks kind of blah with the cardboard. So we're going to put some nicer paper on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of paper, you're going to lay your cardboard on top of it, you're going to fold it 4 times, like each side, and then you're gonna fold, even these are really thin sides, and you're gonna tape down the thin sides first.
Tape, tape, tape.
And I've got this, and now I just take and I tape this down. It's kind of like wrapping a gift, but then again, maybe you want to give this piece of art to somebody as a gift. Now you've got this nice board covered, and you're gonna take each of these and put a bunch of tape loops on the back. So let's add a bunch of tape loops. If you don't know how to make a tape loop, just remember, sticky side out and roll it. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your black board and you're gonna put these right next to each other. Which one should we put on top? You want blue? Blue
on top.
Okay, we need blue Carter on top. And then we're going to just kind of lightly lay them down. We want to have 1 inch of space all around the sides and the top and the bottom. So you got that about right. And then we're going to just press it, or we can flip it over and press it. And then we lift it up, and let's move this stuff out of the way. And ta-da! And this is how our final piece turned out. Our examples over here. This one, I kind of even think I like this one better, but I don't know. They're all awesome. Now remember, you can make this either as a self-portrait, as we did, or you can make it as your favorite celebrity, like Warhol did a lot of, or you can even do your pet. So you decide if you want 2, 4, 6, or 100 of these things all next to each other. But I'm sure you're gonna, yours will come out good, and I hope you enjoyed making it with us. So what should they do now?
And make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
And keep making cool art.